Hi all, my name is Max and I'm a postdoc at the University of British Columbia. This semester I'm teaching my first upper division class, Introduction to Proofs. And usually before every class I give a short presentation, like 10-15 minutes of slides in the class about what is the class about and a little bit about myself. So if you are going to teach your class or you just want to learn a little bit more about me or about the Introduction to Proofs, then in this short video I'm going to give you a presentation. I'm going to record it right now. As an example, what I say, how I say it, and just some information about what is going to happen this semester in terms of Introduction to Proofs. Thank you for watching. So first I create my presentation in Google Slides, which I strongly recommend. They have a really nice template with a math theme, which I use for most of my presentation. So let's start. Hi everyone, welcome to Math 220 Introduction to Proofs. My name is Maksym Zubkov. I'm a postdoc at the University of British Columbia. And today I'm going to tell a little bit about myself, a little bit about class, the things that we need to do outside of class, and how to contact me if you want. And I want to start this presentation with one of my most favorite quotes, is by Franz Kafka, which is, "All I am is literature, and I am not able or willing to be anything else." And I'm going to reflect on this quote and some other quote a little bit later and tell you why I picked this specific one and as a start for my presentation. So a little bit about myself. Again, I said my name is Maksym. You can just call me Max. I do applied algebraic geometry as my main research interest. My email is mzubkov@mathubc.ca. Let me tell you a little bit about my lore. I moved to the United States in 2013 from Ukraine. I didn't speak any English, didn't have any money, so that's why I worked for 1 year. After that, I went to community college, Los Angeles Pierce College, spent 2 years there taking classes. After that, I transferred to University of California, Irvine, spent also 2 years there, applied to PhDs, and got into Berkeley. So from 2018 to 2022, I was in Berkeley. But since I am in Ukraine and the war happened, I was so devastated, I knew that it's going to be impossible for me to work. So I took 1 year off. During that year off, I actually spent 6 months in Ukraine, and I founded a nonprofit, Support Ukraine with Us. And I decided, I got bombed a couple of times and went through some horrors of the war. And I just asked myself, do I like the way how my research is going? I want to change. I want to truly to pursue my obsession. And my obsession was I wanted to do actual applied mathematics, because before I was doing more pure side of math. So that's why I came back after Ukraine and changed my direction by 90 degrees and start working on a completely different project. But I was still able to graduate on time. And after that, I applied for postdocs and got into UBC, and here I'm teaching this class. Some hobbies. I like reading. One of the best books that I have read recently was Finite versus Infinite Games. I strongly recommend to read that book. Also, I love cinema, from Andrei Tarkovsky to Quentin Tarantino, one of my favorite directors. And overall, if I will not do math, I know my second passion is cinema. I actually want to go and work in that industry. And that was one of my motivation to do applied mathematics, because when you do applied mathematics, there is a lot of 3D graphics, video effects that can be used for the movies. So that's why I really like geometry, and I was thinking many years ago, if I will do applied mathematics and I like cinema, I can go and work in the movie industry by just making special effects and stuff. Also, I have a YouTube channel, Math for Life, when I sometimes post some videos. And again, I also do nonprofit as my second job, which is Support Ukraine with Us. If you're going to read only one slide, then the thing that you need to remember about this class is the following. First, all information is going to be on a Canvas page. So what I recommend for each of you is to spend around between 10 and 15 minutes just to sit down and read the entire Canvas page from start to finish. And a lot of questions that you have about the class are going to be answered there. For each class, we will assume that you will watch video lectures, because the structure of this class that you need to come to every class prepared. And by prepared, I mean that you need to watch those videos. Next, I want to point out the main component of the class which will affect your grades. First, homework. Homework is going to be deadline and for quizzes every Friday. And homework and quizzes, 2 of them are going to be dropped. For the homework, we have something interesting. You can submit the homework either as individual submission or the group submission. And if you submitted the group submission, then you're all going to get the same grade. So it's up to you. And some tips and some suggestions regarding the homework. So we strongly recommend to write this homework by hand, because if you're going to type this homework and submit, and then you're going to come to the midterm, to the final, you will not be able to type your solutions. You're going to hand write it. So that's why you need to get some practice doing that. It's think about mathematics as learning dance or learning how to play piano. You need to be really comfortable doing those actions. You will not feel comfortable if you don't have enough practice. So that's why mathematics is done by writing your hand. So typing is good, but the mathematical process of thinking requires some hand movements. And finally, we're going to have 2 midterms, one in the middle of February and one in the end of March. And final exam date is going to be announced a little bit later. The nice thing about this class that we don't need expensive books. The book that we're going to use is actually for free, and you can find this through this QR code. And I have a strong recommendation: work with this book every day. You need to read either like a couple of pages or watch some videos or do some reviews. This class, if you haven't taken proof class before, it's going to be a little bit challenging, but only with practice it's going to get easier. No ChatGPT. If you don't want to fail this class and just to fail in overall in your math classes, don't use ChatGPT. Because ChatGPT will just destroy the entire like kind of thinking process. So like, do not recommend. Then here I ask for icebreaker for people to divide into groups, chat a little bit, tell their names, major, favorite movie, book, show, and for fun I just ask them to discuss if they know how to prove that square root of 2 is not a rational number. And maybe I also tell the story from ancient Greek, how like one of the mathematicians will throw away from the ship when he showed that square root of 2 is not a rational number. Then here I'll be discussing like adding people to Piazza discussion. It's just nice to students to chat with each other, ask questions and other stuff. And some details about this class. First of all, we're going to meet twice per week for 90 minutes, where I first will present a short lecture based on the video lectures that you have watched before the class and some book materials. And after this, we're going to have a workshop session. What do you mean by it? That I'm going to give the worksheets and you're going to work on your worksheets in a group. As we learn mathematics not by watching someone else doing it. You cannot like watch to dance. You cannot like learn how to dance by watching how other people dance. You need to go and do it yourself. So that's why like doing mathematics, you just need to sit down and start doing it. The idea for small groups that you can use the same small groups for your homework as a study groups, become best friends. But to go through this class, it will be nice to have some support. Either support within this class, outside of this class, whatever works for you better. What I expect from you, yes, you. First of all, watch all lectures before the class. And if you want to get some extra karma points, also read the book. While you're watching the lectures or reading the book, take notes and review, and also take notes in the class. And after the class, review that notes. So the idea is that you're going to learn something before the class, you're going to learn things during the class, and you're going to review things after the class. So the same material is going to be revisited at least 3 times. And you should expect to spend on this class, it's 3 units. And the idea of educational system, more or less, that you can assume that every unit means that you will need to spend on this class per week 4 hours. So that's why if you have 3 units, it means you will need to spend around 12 hours per this class. So that means you subtract 3 hours of lectures and you have 9 hours outside of the class. Then you're going to have an exam and you are going to get your grade back. And if you're not going to be happy about your grade, ask yourself an honest question. Did I spend every week at least like 10, 12 hours working on this class? Yes or no? If no, that means you need to make sure that for your next midterm, you will spend enough time every week. And if the answer is yes, probably you need to think and reorganize the way how you study for this class. If you have any questions about that, feel free to stop by my office hours or shoot me an email with your questions. But I will really happy to show and like to give some guidance how to study for this class. The most important thing, please be on time. Don't be late. Like, it's not okay to be 15 minutes late to the class. Be respectful and professional to your peers and to me and overall like, to everyone around you. And lastly, you can find my website on the right, my email, my YouTube channel. And here I also ask people if they have any questions. And also I stop during my talk, also ask if they have any questions. And finally, I want to read another quote, which I really, really like. Don't bend, don't water it down. Don't try to make it logical. Don't edit your own soul according to the fashion. Rather follow your most intense obsession precisely. So I reflect on all of, I can talk about Franz Kafka and nonstop. But I just want to comment about those quotes. So this one, for me, I personally just replace literature with math because Franz Kafka was so obsessed with literature. He was the literature basically. And literature was his main passion of life. So that's why it's the same when I read this phrase, I just replace all I am is mathematics and I'm not able or willing to be anything else. And that's how I reflect on this, on that quote. And I strongly recommend, it's like, in order to find happiness, you just need to take this word literature and replace with something of your own. For me, that's mathematics. For you, maybe it's going to be like literature, economics, physics, I don't know, like computer science, just find your passion. Find your passion, follow your passion precisely. And that's exactly the second quote which I picked here, that if you have something that you truly love, usually this is the main source of your energy. It's the main source of your driving force to overcome any challenges. In the most difficult times, sometimes we forget about this source and about this love. So that's really important to remind ourselves what we truly appreciate. If you will have all money of the universe and all like the free time, what you as a person will actually spend the rest of your time doing as a human being? And that's probably something that you should do and pursue in life. Sometimes it's, so I wish everyone to find this passion and just like do what you love. Okay, this was like the presentation that usually I give to my students. If you have any questions, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you for watching and bye-bye.